Under the Neem tree. In a quiet town near Jaipur, where mornings arrived with the call of birds and evenings glowed with oil lamps, stood an old neem tree beside a small public library. It had watched generations pass, children grow, seasons change, and stories quietly unfold. Anaya found comfort beneath that tree. Every afternoon after school, she sat there with her books, the world around her fading as she read. She liked stories where emotions were soft but strong, where love grew slowly and honestly. The neem tree became her favorite place, steady, calm, and patient. Kabir noticed her by accident. He rode past the library every day on his cycle, returning from tuition classes. At first, she was just a familiar figure, someone always reading, always peaceful. But soon, he began to slow down as he passed, wondering what kind of person could sit so still while the world rushed by. One breezy afternoon, fate intervened. A sudden wind scattered Anaya's papers across the path. Kabir stopped without thinking and gathered them, carefully smoothing the pages before handing them back. "Thank you," she said softly. That small moment turned into a quiet beginning. Over days, then weeks, they started talking. At first, it was about books and school. Then dreams slipped into the conversations. Kabir spoke of wanting to design buildings that felt like homes, places full of warmth and light. Anaya talked about becoming a teacher, someone students remembered not for strict rules, but for kindness. They never rushed anything. Some days, they spoke a lot. Other days, they sat in comfortable silence, listening to leaves rustle above them. During festivals, Kabir made sure Anaya never stood alone in the crowd. During exams, Anaya slipped encouraging notes into Kabir's bag, simple words like, "You can do this," written neatly in her handwriting. Their bond wasn't loud or dramatic. It was steady, safe. But life had plans of its own. One evening, Kabir arrived under the neem tree with a heavy heart. His family was moving to another city for his father's work. The news settled between them like an unsaid question. On his last day in town, they met one final time beneath the tree that had watched everything begin. Anaya handed Kabir a small bookmark made of pressed flowers. "So you remember this place," she said, smiling through her tears. Kabir held it carefully. "Some roots don't break," he replied. "No matter how far they stretch." The town felt quieter after he left. Years passed. The neem tree grew taller, its shade wider. Anaya became a teacher at the local school. Sometimes, after class, she sat under the tree again, grading papers or simply remembering. Life moved on, but the memories remained gentle, never painful. One afternoon, while arranging books in the library, Anaya heard a voice she hadn't heard in years. "Do people still read here under the neem tree?" She turned. Kabir stood there, older, more confident, but with the same warmth in his eyes. He had returned as an architect, working on a project nearby. They walked back to the tree together. Some things had changed. Many things hadn't. The neem tree stood quietly above them, its leaves whispering like old friends. It had seen their beginning, their separation, and now, something even more meaningful. Some love stories don't need grand declarations. They grow patiently, like roots beneath the earth. Strong, unseen, and lasting.